Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our final matchup here from North America.
Wait. What was that number?
For what?
For Boosh.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Production, can you run that? What was that number? Can anyone give?
We'll see it again in a second here.
Is it 13?
Something like that, yeah. Boosh has had a lot of success here, and we'll see if he can continue it as Cognitive Red takes on their parent team in Cognitive Prime. And, well, what once was the dominant North American team now has their sister team to look over at and say, how the hell do we deal with these guys? The young men of Cognitive Red have been the dominant force across all of Smite for about the last 6 months. And, well, can they keep the streak alive? Here's the question as they play into Andinster and the boys from Cognitive Prime.
We'll be getting into picks and bans hopefully in just a second, guys. In the meantime, not only did I see a 13 whatever come out, I think I also saw a 10 plus coming out from Ionic. And I don't know if you know, but he's a Guardian.
Yeah, Ionic has been, well, if he gets Geb, it's a win. And that is the danger of Cognitive Red as we go over again. There is so many premier gods on these players that you can't ban out against them.
Geb,
But
Merc, Ra,
they
Thor.
win always when you let Thor get through into Gars.
Yeah, that Geb or Thor or Ra seems to be an automatic win. In fact, going into the LAN, talking with Cognitive Gaming, they said, yeah, we're just going to ban Ra, and then they're just going to fall apart. And they banned Ra in Game 1, and they fell apart. And then they didn't ban Ra in Game 2, and they lost.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we'll see. As the picking and banning is getting underway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look as it all goes down. Left side of your screen is going to be Cognitive Prime, and right side is Cog Red.
That's right. Option is going to start on the Cognitive Prime side. Now, what do you ban here? Thor, Geb, Mercury, Ra.
Thor, Geb.
Good luck.
Probably Thor, Geb. I'm thinking if you're Cog.
They could first pick
Or
Geb.
Giannis. Oh, yeah, that's right. Also, Divios plays a complete shutdown hard carry Giannis out of the solo lane, so better get rid of that too because, hey, what are we gonna do? So they're gonna ban these two. They're gonna first pick Geb.
Shot to Apollo, which is going to be
Wouldn't be surprised to see
a
Cognitive
little
Red
bit of a
ban
nod to
Geb
Barracuda.
here. They might ban Geb just to keep it out of that first pick hands.
I think that, well, right now they're in a weird spot. If I were them, I wouldn't ban Geb or Mercury and just get one,
Get
take
one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at the same right, Nua available here. Freya as well. Freya may get banned out of this position here as Andy plays a mean one.
That would be very strong as well. Only a few seconds remain for their ban. Curious.
Circuit.
Not really sure why we've seen this.
Okay, not fixed yet.
I've been trying to keep. Yeah, she's not fixed. The bug is still active.
Could be throwaway ban.
It could be. Like I said, maybe looking for that. Oh wow! Actually, right here, there is Ra, Geb, Mercury on the table. They're getting 2 guaranteed.
Well, Ra, Geb, Mercury, Nua, Freya. All in that top ban position.
I think this is easily going to be Merc for Snoopy, Ra for Boosh.
Should be. One would expect, yeah. As you see, looking here, it was a snap pick. Of course, our overlay here a little bit behind, but snap, instantly Ra locked in.
Oh, going
into
into
Ra over
Rama.
Mercury.
They're going to give away Mercury. Geb, has that combo ever lost?
It has, actually, because last time someone got it, and I was like, this is never lost, and they were like, it's 1 in 3. So it actually has. It actually hasn't been that strong.
Wow.
Realistically
Okay.
speaking, even though on paper it seems like it should be for free. And Cognitive Red, are we going to see a Loki pickup here to deal with this Mercury, perhaps?
It's possible. Options back over to Cog Prime right now, where Jeff Hindla and Barracuda are going to be picking up their run right here. Mercury going to be hovered on for Jeff, which means it's unlikely we'll see him go into the ADC role, as Barracuda just would have picked it. Barracuda probably going to pick for stealth here. Kukulkan still on the table. We know he likes Scylla.
She's a monster.
Scylla. I love her.
Scylla, bringing the pain. And stealth is a pretty good Scylla.
Yes, although his last Scylla game, not so strong.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't up there with,
Check it out.
Whoa,
Bots
the
going to
bots.
be grabbed for Gars.
Seems really high priority for bots.
My favorite jungler. I think he is, besides Mercury, the strongest jungler in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, his relative strengths aside, just in the kind of pick ban meta, not ever looked at.
Well, Andy plays him a lot.
I suppose, yeah, it could have gone the way. And it actually does synergize quite well with Scylla and Geb, so.
To you, this needs to be a Freya ban from Cog Red. Nothing else is priority.
Yeah, they need to take that out of the hands of Andy, although he does play a hell of a Mercury, over 500 GPM on this god. They may not be able to waste that ban, but it will be the Freya ban. So,
well, I mean, Mercury can be run in 3 different roles. It's hard to say where they can lock him down to. It's probably going to be the jungle, but take away the Freya anyway.
Yeah. Back to the side of Cog, their final 2 picks going to come through after this ban. They're going to get rid of a Guardian here, one would expect, as still nothing outside of Cog Red. And they're going to get rid of Bacchus, force out the Athena, or hell, a Sobek or an Amir. You never know.
Ionic Sobek is otherworldly.
I hope to see so. I love Sobek.
Me too.
And, well, pretty soon here we're going to have Sylvanas to talk about as well, which... What do you think? I mean, I think he's probably top pick.
Haven't played him. Going to play him some tonight. All I know is that as of right now, he can hit the tower outside of the tower range.
He can't do it from in the lane.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not far enough.
It's not from the lane?
No.
People are saying they found spots already.
I think there's probably some spots in the jungle where you can fire over walls to hit it, but
that's worse.
You can't do it from the lane.
I'm sure that'll be fixed.
I'm sure.
But the ability to hit just the archers and all of them is a scary, scary thought.
Yep, the pull and the best ultimate in the game, bar none. There.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
AOE instant knock-up.
It's super Cataclysm.
Yeah, it is.
That, and apparently a lot of people are saying great in the solo lane because of how well his clear does. Polynomicon and something like Demonic Grip allows him to just destroy everything.
Yeah.
But you're right, we are going to see the Sobek over on the left side. Guan Yu Neath getting hovered on.
Man, old school comp right there.
Wow, Neath's KDA right now is 11-3.
Youch. Well, that's a lot. It has to do with that Sam Street performance that we saw. No, they're going to snap change the Chang'e at the last second here, going over to Omegatron to go into that soul lane versus, well, TBD here. Could be the Sobek, could be the bots even. Both
should
of them.
be Habwa. I mean, this is probably a bad pick. If Devios goes into Habwa here, Omega is going to get worked.
Yeah,
that is a free matchup.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. If you Mulet Waltz at any point, it just sets up it's just like, okay, well, you can't do anything now about the damage I'm going to do. So
here's the matchup. She moves forward to try to hit the creeps. He deals 300 damage to her.
Yep.
She then tries to Moonlit Waltz and then she dies. But no, he's not going to go into Habwa. This is not.
He's going to bring the law?
This is not a great pick.
Oh, bringing the law is Divios here on Pirateer.
Tyr relies a lot on healing. Chang'e relies a lot on stopping that healing. He has just picked himself into a counterplay. Now, it should be noticed that very few people would argue with the fact that Devios is the best Tyr currently playing.
Yeah, but here's the deal, right? Hunbot leaps in, starts putting out the crits, forces out Moonlit Waltz, blink, Fearless Chain, guaranteed kills.
Or Moonlit Waltz towards both of them just far enough away from the Fearless. She double stuns, hits through them, and then gets to the tower for free.
Right, yeah, but they're forcing out ultimates out of her.
Right, but they use an ultimate in regard.
No.
Yeah, you just Humbots jumps in,
just gets a crit.
and then production, and then Boosh comes and kills everybody.
And then Boosh had rotated and, gets the triple kill. But I mean, realistically, right? Hunbot's leaping in, throws out the 3, gets a crit, throws out the 2, gets a crit, ports forward. She's going to have to Moonlit Waltz at that point, and then you can have to blink Fearless Chain. You don't even necessarily have to use
Well, that's if
Evil.
he gets the crits.
If he gets the crits.
You're looking at 30% in the early game. We're not going to see an increase to that till 12, 13 minutes.
Yeah, and, well, Moonlit Waltz also cannot be activated during CC, so if the chain just comes up beforehand, it's pretty much set to rise. And Chang'e, not known for her resiliency through the first maybe 20 minutes of the game. When she gets that Breastplate of Valor online, plus some HP on top of it,
that's
E-Staff
another thing is they picked double physical into this. She can rush into Breastplate and have very little to do there. Cooldown reduction. Once she gets those boots online, it's going to be dangerous.
It should be. It should be the Breastplate of Valor, full cooldown build from her. Although it is Omega, we may see the pen coming out just because that's how he kind of likes to swing things more or less.
Don't forget about Barracuda with the global presence.
Yeah, when's the last time you saw Barracuda playing Neath? I mean, this is the god he broke into the scene with. Well, Barracuda did a few things when he started. One, he started warding behind the Tier 1 towers on the enemy team to deal with Mercury when he came out and picking Neath, and was dominant for about 3 weeks against what was a pick Merc and win kind of timing in the game. Not that things have changed very much in the last few months, but or a year or so when he came onto the scene, but really showed us some really heavily thought out, really smart kind of heady style of play out of the Neath. Now, granted, he's kind of graduated into I just hit all of my auto attacks, right? But originally it was this very ability centric kind of positioning based Neath play.
Right. Now it's a lot more, for me, in this case, it's going to be a lot more team combinations. He's going to be looking to set up that cross-level World Weaver, setting up Annister to go in as deep as possible, maybe even looking for a combination with the, of course, I'm a monster.
You're a monster.
Rude.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the teams, ladies and gentlemen, as, well, there's the Mayan map, and here's the faces of the Warriors today. As you can see there, the Boosh is 69-12 with 105 assists. And 69 plus half of 105 divided by 12 is some ungodly high number.
It's not appropriate for television.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Ooh, and same thing for Ionic, 154 assists with 18 kills, having a positive kill-to-death ratio as a Guardian.
Is what he's seeing right now? 14.5, 14.6?
How does he have 14 deaths as a Guardian? That's like his job is to die.
That's crazy. We're looking at other Guardians having
46 deaths.
40, 50, 60 deaths. And Ionic has 14. You just see by how much Cognitive Red is winning these games. Granted, they did have the game versus Dignitas end really short. I guess that's a thing. And last time they did play tier. It didn't work out so well for them on that front. But high hopes for Cog Red's tier here. Really want to see something big out of Divios. This god, I think, considered by and large to be almost unplayable, but he keeps on popping up in the Pro League because he is still the best god in the game for single target lockdown.
That's right. Well, man, sometimes I play him and I just miss that blue knockback, and I realize, wow, I would have killed that person if I had this. They should put it. Nope, they should not put it back.
Because I would have gotten these kills for no reason.
Killed this person if I had this.
Over on, well, you can see how these players have performed gods, and the first thing you got to look at out of this is Andy on Mercury.
Wait, how many deaths does Ionic have?
Ionic on what, Sobek?
He had like 14, so it's
half of them are on
Sobek.
Sobek. That means he's got a bunch of Geb plays with no deaths on them.
Jeez.
But
look
man,
at Snoop.
No. Look at Mercury for Anninster. 560 GPM, 27 and 40, with a 100% win rate.
Oh man, I'm looking at Snoopy right now. 22 to 25. So you said half of the kills, right?
Yeah.
So half of the assists. So 12.5.
22 plus 12 divided by 2.
Oh, jeez.
Youch. That's a lot of, a lot of kills and not a lot of deaths. So a lot of cool things looking in this game. I mean, you got a Chang'e soul lane, you got a Sobek support, you got Tyr going into soul lane as well, you've got a Hunbots, you've got a Scylla, and you got a Neath, all not really top priority picks, all not high pick ban rate gods. And, we'll see if these teams can perform with these what seem to be more off-brand strategies. Although Scylla, I agree with you very much so in that there's no reason that she is not really at the top of the list right now.
I love Scylla, man. She is one of my favorite mages, incredibly strong. But going into this, Cog Red does have a 2-0 lead so far over Cog Prime.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and introduce your teams as they move out of the base. The blue team that we're taking a look at and having a ride along with is Cognitive Prime, fighting on the bottom side of the minimap, left side of your spectator UI. It's MLC Stealth in the mid lane as the little lady Scylla. Andy's going to be in the jungle as Mercury. It's going to be Barracuda and Jeff the Sex Hinla as the duo lane Neath and Geb. And finally, Omegatron in the soul lane as Chang'e. Hints of early aggression, but nothing breaking out just yet is Cognitive Red, wearing those red trunks, fighting on the top side of the minimap and the right side of your spectator UI. Zone Cognitive Prime out of their jungle. They are Snoopy combining with Ionic in the duo lane as Rom and Sobek. Divios as Tyr in the solo lane. The Gars will be in the jungle as Hunbots. And finally, that leaves the Boosh on his signature Ra in the mid lane for Cognitive Red.
So I'm looking at Omega here, and I think Omega has answered the call of duty with your, I think, overall example of how he could die by buying Sprint 2 right out of the gate, ensuring that the heavy hammer will be negated, the slow from somersault will be negated. Smart play. Taking a look at Gars and Divios, though. Where are they going? Remember, what was rule number 2? Fight Club.
Oh, don't talk about Fight Club.
Fight Club.
That's right. There we go. Well, it looks like they're going
Does he have Blink?
do a...
He does not have Blink. Something to note.
They're going to do the
Where's
thing.
he going? Why is he being so crazy? Has he really not been spotted? He's spotted now. Trouble coming in. Is he going to be able to catch? Oh, he wastes the hand of the gods. That's going to be a really weak play right now. Is another hand going to come out? Who did that go to? It looks like it did go to Cog Red.
Oh, man.
That was close.
I'm just grimacing here at my screen. What the hell just happened?
That was so rough. Where was the Fearless?
What was he expecting? Them to reset?
Are they going into this? Oh, with no hand. Divios, actually, maybe they're going to try to turn onto a kill here. Andy, not in a great spot.
Fight. Look how much that last hit did from Tyr there. Garza is going to have a slow on the leap as well if he wants it. No, he's going to have overhead smash, it looks like. And, the sprint's going to come up, but they force a lot out of that. And look how tanky Divios is compared to Anninster. Just look at the size of the chunks of their health bar. Anninster takes one good hit from the Tyr, that 82 damage final swing in the chain, and he is forced out of the lane. And, well, that's why they played so aggressive, because they realize that they have a massive early game advantage here as long as they're not fighting into creeps.
I think the biggest issue right now with Heavy Hammer is the fact that there is no Heavy Hammer-like item at all.
Left side, Hinla's been tossed back. He's going to eat a lot of Archer aggro and get chain slowed by Snoopy, but it's just going to give them lane control, not much more than that. And sorry, you were saying.
There's no Heavy Hammer-like item for mages. Like, could you imagine if what is it, Golden Sash had a slow on it or something similar, just like another branch of the tree, just to give Chang'e the same kind of power? Like, if that had a slow, it would shut the Heavy Hammer down to the point to almost non-viability.
Like Gem of Binding?
Rather on abilities.
Ah, so Gem of Isolation.
Yes, but like a mini gem of isolation. Like a gem of solitude. Shout outs to synonyms. Oh, Gar's actually not going to be able to pick that way. It wasn't that funny, but thank you. I appreciate your
it tickled
candor.
me.
Your candor.
You've tickled my fancy.
Right side, that blue buff is going to go to Omega. Hand of the Gods coming back online here for Gars and Devios, meaning they're going to have their jungle ready for them.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing about going back to this mini gem of isolation stuff, right?
Gem of Solitude, watch your mouth.
It already does 25% slow, which is what Heavy Hammer does. So what is it going to do, 10% slowing?
It'd be 20% slow. You're only supposed to take 5 away, apparently. And it'll only last for 9 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. You're talking crazy again.
Invade right here. Boosh keeping MLC Stealth away. Nothing doing. Gonna go straight to it, and Boosh gonna pick up a red buff all nice and dandy and work his way in. Uh-oh.
Stealth, please. Toss back. He's gonna have Sentinel available, but he's gonna take some damage for it. Or does he not have Sentinel?
Zoe?
Okay, there she is.
There she goes.
Uh-oh. Damage coming out. Gonna move forward.
He's diving for it.
There's just too many. Look, there was a minion in
How
tower
did they
range
get
as
away
well.
with this?
I have no idea what Stealth was thinking there. I guess he was trying to bait them into something, but they probably wanted a special delivery to toss back into the tower and try to make a kill after that crush came out. But there was a minion already in tower range, meaning they could walk in before doing the damage, let him tank it up, and find that kill. A strange decision-making process from Cognitive Prime gives Cognitive Red an advantage that, well, judging by the statistics, they definitely do not need. And somehow, after what was an abysmal start in terms of actives used and positioning for Cognitive Red, turns into both blue buffs and the red buff taken on the right side of the map.
There's no way that they're this much better than every other team. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, statistics are only numbers.
Man. 3 minutes, 9 seconds late. Devios finally picks up his blue buff and will maintain his pressure. Right side, it looks like camps are going to go to Omega, whose blue buff is starting to wear thin inside a 30-second window here, and he's definitely bleeding in the mana department. Devios not letting him through. Already wasted. He's gone.
Dead.
So gone.
Yeah, that was...
Didn't even need a stance switch.
And he popped his sprint as well there, so that's going to be down to get back to lane. Omega, he like saw him and was like, oh god, spam 2, and then was dead.
There was a point in time where you even getting kills on Cognitive Prime was like a fantasy.
Yeah.
And now they're diving towers, they're jumping into the enemy jungle, they're wasting their abilities, and Cognitive Red, a team that we didn't think was going to last through the LAN, has become not only the first seed, but the first seed in such a dramatic fashion that they seem uncontestable. Maybe they're cheating.
It's just like Devios, man.
Do you think they have hacks on?
To me, it all starts and ends on this team with Devios. Like, anytime you see Gars not on Thor, you immediately look to Devios to be the one that's setting the pace of the game. And he's done it so far.
Oh, look at this. Diving right in, taking a shoot. Diving the tower! Where is he going?
There's a list of things that Devios is afraid of, and Omegatron is not on it.
Jeez. That's a Chang'e that he's just dived and didn't get punished for. Like,
what was he going to do? Throw out an ultimate?
Yeah, and
he takes one more tower shot?
2 more tower shots.
2 more, maybe.
Yeah, with the timing on the tower that was going, he would have taken 2 shots, plus a Crescent Moon Dance, and possibly the Moonflower as well. But even with all that, it's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, look at Omegatron. You know, he's forced to heal himself up away from the wave, not even using the damage potential of that ability. As Devios, well, just zones him out and heals himself up.
Omega is really showing weakness in the character. He's actually using the Moonflower away from Devios. Had he at least
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he can heal debuff. He can damage the minions. He can do a lot more with this kit, but he's just, there's so much kill potential from Devios. Omega just not a lot of HP here, and well, with the Vampiric Shroud and
he doesn't even have blink.
Yeah, and no blink on Devios. So finding kills somehow is damn near unacceptable. There is no ward coverage from Omega either. He's trying to play the Omega style here, which is very lean. Fearless Chain miss. Moonflower Dance coming out though, and I think Gars may have shown himself.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but even if he did, the rotation's not going to be strong enough coming out from Andy. The blue's going down, and Omega's already just completely hemorrhaging mana.
And Ionic is here. If they try to fight this, it's going to be trouble.
Actually,
it's going to hit 2. Devios is going to
down.
get blown up. Here comes the Neath ultimate as well, up onto Gars. His ultimate's being used. Andy going to use his to go back through the fight. Ionic trying to stay out in front, but going to get rooted out by the Scylla, and it's a full-on retreat from Cognitive Red. They get the return kill onto Devios. Does Cog Prime. It's a 2-for-1 overall in the game, 6 minutes in. But, you know, they lose a solo laner there. It's now a 1-for-1 death over there.
Okay, Omega has teleport as well now.
Oh,
what
geesh.
year is this?
Omega has been known to pick this item up.
But, I mean, he's picking up this item on a character who really could utilize beads. I mean, if you're not going to get Hand of the Gods, she's fast enough getting out of the base to not lose too much experience. The rotation, I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. He's already behind.
Yeah, this item is the Pro League equivalent of meditation, basically.
I love meditation.
Right? It's kind of like the item that you don't really buy. Although what it does do is start up this this kind of arms race now, where if Divios dies, oh no, he already has it. So as you can see, right there, right as it comes out from Omega, it's immediately going to come out from Divios as well.
Well, Divios had it before.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's what I
missed
was
that.
saying. Like, he decided to go into teleport instead of blink. Like, what a crazy guy. All right, this time, finally.
What's going on with these crazy kids?
The healing debuff coming through. He's dashing forward. Just takes a shot into Omega. But now Omega's starting to play the matchup correctly. Look at Divios finally getting the weaker end. But he's going to move up to the blue. Has Hand of the Gods available to him on top of the fact that he's going to be able to heal himself up in this camp.
The thing I don't like most about this pickup on Omega is the fact that he's...
Did you see that?
Which, I'm sorry.
He walked up to the top, healed himself on the blue buff, and then walked away to wait for Gars to come over and clear it for him.
Yeah, it's good at video games.
That is impressive.
Yep, Fearless Chain to clear the wave, and he's going to fall back, pick up the blue buff.
You see the fear?
Yeah.
Just use it. It wasn't even facing that direction. My man still uses it. I can't, like, I want to watch the other lanes. I want to watch, Barracuda versus Snoopy. That's one of the most, I think, dynamic matchups we have in Smite, period. And I can't tear myself away from Divios' tier.
You're watching Divios put on a clinic with tier.
This is incredible.
I mean, this is how you play the god, basically. I mean, it's like, look at the zoning. I mean, he's standing in the middle of the wave. He's using the blues. Oh, now he's in a lot of trouble, but he's going to have the Lawbringer ultimate to get him out of here if he can survive. No, he cannot.
Perfect CC chain.
Yeah, well executed by Cognitive, showing they still have a lot of bite in them here. Andy continues to roll along his second. Well, and if it's going to come to Cog Prime, it's going to be on the back of Emilcy Stealth and Innister here for this win because, well, they're the primary damage dealers and the primary carries on this team until Barracuda, 30 minutes from now starts being a real big threat.
They're still 1,300 behind, though, Bart.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's a start.
They definitely need to keep it going. Divios, knowing Divios and the way that he plays. Oh, wait, let's talk a little bit about Ionic going down there. They're going to use a double ultimate plus special delivery combination. MLC Stealth throwing out that I'm a monster for
Andy
a
what
huge
for.
kill.
Yeah. Well, Gar's going to try to clear the mid lane here. Overhead Smash is going to be successful at that, of course. Let's check in at the left side here, where it's going to be Barracuda and Snoopy, and try to glean a little bit about how this lane is going. Snoopy with the advantage for the moment. Barracuda going to be hitting 11 likely as these back archers fall down, unless he's really waves behind, which seems unlikely.
Snoopy actually has almost 100 experience a minute ahead.
Wow.
I did not expect that. How did that even happen?
They must have forced Barracuda out of the lane early, or they forced him back to get Dev Gloves too.
That, or maybe Ionic wasn't babysitting as much as Jeff. But here comes Omega once again, trying to keep Divios out of the lane. He's now a level ahead and has finished up his boots here, not going into early defense, taking some damage there, trading out a little bit more than he took, so not bad, but he did not clear the wave.
Chang'e picked way more often than Tier, sitting at only a 3% higher win rate, less GPM, and less KDA. The whole kind of premise that Tier isn't viable, Tier is dead, is just not true looking at this.
It seems like it, jumping in there. A lot of CC coming through.
Yikes.
Lord, Omega's going to take a quick trip back to the base. You're like, by the way, we're taking your blue buff too.
And hey, look how convenient this is. They got some minions to farm up while they're at it. Overhead Smash going to take care of that. Another blue buff going to Divios. And, he's had this thing more often than not. As you can see, the cooldowns are pretty staggered.
Now rotating on the right side, Andy and Jeff Himla, they're going to try to contest this. I don't know how I feel. Cataclysm going to come through. Gar's in some trouble with World Weaver on its way as well. Beautiful timing coming out from Andy. Overhand Smash not going to do it for him. It's all up to Divios.
Yeah, Divios wants to try to keep them engaged here, actually, to make time for the Ionic rotation with the Boosh as well. Oh, they're going to get the angle here, so Omega's come back in. I'm not sure they spotted this out. Emilcy Stealth's going to rotate from the mid lane, and it looks like that's going to be enough for Cognitive Red to back off. They don't want to fight into that I'm a monster.
Wait, Omega has a line here.
No, that's not good enough. You'd have to shoot that blind through the tower. You saw that Gars does go down there, and they don't get much for it. They don't get that tower either, so a misplay there from Cog Red. Cog Prime coming out way ahead on that trade.
Still 1,700 behind. I don't understand how their gold has gone down.
Well, I don't either.
Looking at Snoopy, still 100 gold ahead, or 100.
Omega's making plays here. There's the Waxing Moon. There's the Moonflower Dance, and that's going to be enough to pick up the kill on the Divios. As this is where Chang'e starts to really come online when she starts getting those levels, level 12, 13, 14. Really, really important for her.
You know, her early game not as easy, but once you get like level 11 and level 12, where you can clear those waves extremely efficiently, especially with those boots online, she's really going to start coming into her own. Now he has the uncommon sash. This could be E-Staff. I would recommend that this be Warlocks.
Gem of Isolation.
I would love it if it was Gem of Isolation.
I love that item. That item is so undervalued.
Easily the most undervalued item in the game. The issue is that if you build it early, out comes the Heavenly Agility, and then it's just like, meh.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Heavenly Agility.
That's true.
Well.
Yeah, you got to wait for Sprint 3 to be picked up. But who's going to build it, right? Like, it had to be Boosh.
Yeah.
And, like, you're probably okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, healing increases.
Yeah.
Snoopy running away from Barra and Jeff. They do not have a line to this whatsoever, but they actually get a ward down, giving themselves some pressure into the lane. Barracuda actually pushing the wave here. I didn't expect that. I thought they were going to try to like force Snoopy back to lane. Speaking of forces, we are going to see the left camp spawning in just a second here.
Yeah, and like, let's go back to the Gem of Isolation thought here as well. There's a bit of a fight going on with Gold Fury, but it's mostly just a tank slap fight. There's the ultimate coming out actually.
Oh, it was a
There's
tank.
the crush as well. Boosh is into a lot of trouble. I'm a monster. Does monstrous damage. Second one coming out. Down goes Ionic. There's a double kill for Stealth. He's not going to find Snoopy, though. Doesn't look like at least. Is the timing there? No, it's not. Third shot coming out. Not going to be enough to kill Stealth. Just off the mark. Or
Here
those
comes
follow
Gars.
shots. Gars going to come in, try to put the damage out, and indeed, Andy will go down. They're going to move forward for Jeff Hinla. They're going to need at least one slow. They're going to find it, but not on
Into the back
point
line.
here. They're going to look for Barracuda. And they're going to get him.
Overhead.
Overhead smash is there. Now it's Tier rotating in as well, looking for Omegatron, but with no blink, not going to be able to close the distance. But Gars is on his way. They're going to turn tail and look for these mid camps. All things told, it's a 2-for-2 trade.
Gars actually taking some serious damage here. Going to retreat back to Devios. I assume they're going to go for the Gold Fury here. They have a great line. The issue, MLC Stealth available, full health, no ultimate, but a lot of damage. They're going to back off it. It looks like Snoopy's just going to go to farm.
Yeah, and here you can see why it's just so bizarre that teams aren't picking up Scylla more often.
Oh, another steal right there. I think Devios got one of those.
Did he get that?
I think he got one.
He initiated onto it, actually, so I guess it's not so surprising that he's able to pick one up.
Mid lane, Ionic just trying to defend here. MLC Stealth having a much better showing on this character than we saw previously. You're going to see a 4-1-0 run on him right now going into that golden sash.
My goodness gracious. This one... Wait, whoa. What is going on with Gars here?
Gars is...
Third item heavy hammer?
I like it.
Ew. I hated it.
Slow boys.
I hate that item.
It's 1100 gold.
I think it's a terrible item in this position, honestly.
You know, I can't agree. It's 18 damage. I mean, that by itself is almost worth the price. It's a huge mark. It's just like an item that's a great placeholder, and given the fact that there are no sprints on the other side, aside from Omegas, that's going to deter. Andy has no real immunity aside from his ult. Same thing for MLC Stealth. They have great clear potential, and Hunbot's a character with so much mobility, can stay on you even after
I'd
your
rather see
dashes.
shifters. If you're going to pick up a hybrid item, I'd rather see the shifters giving you a lot more power, a lot more survivability, just not that slow, but you have a slow in your kit plus a blink. I just don't think it's necessary.
I don't know who decided that Shifter Shield was a hybrid item when it gives 60 damage. Like, that thing is just a powerhouse, and I think I agree. I think that would have been a very strong pickup as well.
Well, it's the standard pickup, so it's easy to kind of lean on that and be like, yeah, that would have been way better because that's what everyone buys, duh. Or even the Deathbringer in this slot.
Jumping in, Stealth in trouble, going to force the Sentinel away, teleporting to the back line. Gars getting a huge line, but his ultimate not paying off the way that he was looking for. 4-man right now versus 3. Gars trying to get away, going to get blown up there. Still alive somehow escaping.
Divios ate the arrow with the Lawbringer, got into position, taking disguise now is the ROM. Looking for Andy in the backlines. Will he hit the final shot? He will not. Nothing hitting there. Divios zoning them out with that ultimate as well. I'm sorry, Ionic zoning him out with the ultimate there. And, well, with the Geb down, it should be a Gold Fury going the way of Cog, or Cog Red, I'm sorry, unless Prime can find a way to blow this up. There is no ultimates available for the team, so it's going to be tough because they have to contend with a tier in the front lines.
Barra trying to get to the back line. Gars coming in. They're going to find it. Devios staying alive for now. Finds a fearless power cleave. Stance switch. Power cleave. Going to send him back, and goodbye, Omega.
He goes down, yeah, and that's the power of the Sobek.
You know, it's been so long since we've seen him be so effective, and I think Ionic is really the one that brought him back into
It's been a long time since we've seen tiers or Sobeks, or really these kind of heavy control-based frontliners, right? It's been so many Gebs. Geb, for all of his merit, not really a heavy control god.
Right.
Right? We've kind of said it a few times over the last couple of days. Forced to use 2 abilities to lock down a single target, one of them being an ultimate, right? And Sobek's doing that with Tail Whip, basically.
Yeah.
And so with tier, with Sobek, tremendous amounts of control in the front line, and as you can see, they can lock down even the most wily of characters like the Chang'e.
And he's about to get stronger. Ability is going to be activating his passive as well.
That's right, yeah. A buff coming to Sobek here in this next patch.
Andy taking real damage, just barely dodging the Bush's shot. He's going to try to get away. Nice ultimate coming out. Does Snoopy have an ultimate for an answer? It doesn't look like he's going up. He's looking like he's going to try to cut off the path. Jeff Hindla blinking away. Snoopy going up into the air.
It's on!
Nope, nope. Oh, he stopped him! He was stopping! He gets some destruction!
Oh, bringing the pain. There's an ultimate used from Omega at the orange buff here. It's going to hit 3, but is it going to be enough? Leaping forward with a Lawbringer onto MLC Stealth. I'm a Monster forced out as Divios continues in. Is not even going to use the ability. Gars picks up a kill on Jeff Hill in the backline. This could be Fire Giant here as they lose their tank yet again, plus their Mercury carry.
Oh, Snoopy diving into Barra. No mana remaining, trying to bait. Gars is going to jump over, get some overhand smash damage, misses the teleport that he needed to go for the kill. Even so, huge play right there. Talking about Devios, he realized he didn't have enough damage to actually kill with the power cleave, so he actually tried to do auto attack cancel into power cleave, but he missed
that
both.
High Rock build too, though.
Oh, what are you talking about?
On Divios.
What do you? Don't tell me. Oh, okay, no, okay. Smithy's Hammer. I thought the Mark of the Vanguard was coming out.
No. Just all tier 2 items.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, we saw this for the first time in the Pro League on High Rock playing a Nemesis. Very similar build, in fact. This time it's going to be that rank 2, Silver Talisman could build in the Pestilence or the Bulwark, as well as that Smithy's Hammer. 200 plus 250 plus 200.
That's a lot of health.
650 health for about 3,500 gold, more or less here.
Yeah, Smithy's Hammer, I think, is 1050. We have a Heavy Hammer being 1100, and then Silver Talisman is like
900?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
very,
cheap.
very cheap. Even so, like they are very much under a normal item cost in that regard. And
yeah, I mean, the only other item you would have to buy an E-Staff, basically, to get that kind of HP for the gold.
Yeah. And even then, like, you have to build the E-Staff. In this case, he gets 3 separate tiers. Like, that's huge. Not to mention the slow.
Divios. Look, how does he just continually walk up to Omega and get Fearless for it?
Oh, we're going to have a big chance here. Omega taking so much damage. Cataclysm's going to hit too. No chance for Omega.
Bam.
Stealth actually not going to find anyone.
No damage.
Gars jumped away. No problem. Devios again into the backline. Fearless going to get rooted. MLC Stealth could be in trouble. He does miss the shot. No stance switch available. Stealth will be able to get away as they retreat backwards. All the while, Boosh just hanging out.
Man, Boosh hasn't done anything this game. And, like, he's normally, like, normally when Cog Red plays, all I hear is through the wall production yelling Boosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Snoopy's going to be, oh, wow, Barracuda's going to try to take the fight to Snoopy under his own tower. Look how low he gets now taking to this guy. 1 is all it takes.
Wow.
Snoopy playing lights out game today as he's going to take this tier 1 pretty easily, it looks like, or at least force out a Mercury rotation.
I wonder the mindset about how COG feels about this. This is the sister team. This team would not exist were it not for the training that COG Prime has given them. So how do you think they feel proud that they're so strong? Do you think it's frustrating to know that people they used to just control so hard are now so completely dominant?
My guess is it's probably player to player, right? Like, I don't see Omega as being the kind of guy that's like, I'm glad they're really strong. However, I could see, this team is actually really manner. COG Prime, believe it or not, even though they kind of came onto the scene being kind of the rough and tumble boys and a lot of taunting, a lot of
nicest dudes.
Yeah, but now we saw it even yesterday with them giving up all of their pauses to Dignitas.
Right, exactly.
During a DC. I mean, a really manner team, really a lot of sportsmanship. If not necessarily, not BM. They do still taunt spam, or at least looking at Omega a little bit there. But,
I love taunt spam.
I mean, and that's all, in the spirit of competition, but really great competitors and really great sportsmanship from this team. So I would say, by and large, to answer your question directly, yes, they probably are pretty proud of the boys of COG Red.
And I think that would be really cool of them. To that regard, look at the experience difference, Bart. Lord in heaven, as we take a look at the charts here.
My goodness.
11,000
experience a lot of thousands.
difference. And you can see that reflected. Snoopy just hit level 20. That is raw experience gain. Omega, again, taking so much damage. Oh, my God.
Yeah, how about player damage dealt right now? 11,000 on the side of Stealth and 11,000 on the side of Snoopy. Craziness.
Oh, Omega taking so much damage once again. Might be forced away. He's trying to do some return damage. He's in trouble here. Oh, I thought Devios was going to go for it. He could have at least forced
Onyx DC'd out here, which means there's a pause incoming. The players are going to disengage. And up. COG Red. There we go. There's a pause coming out here in just a moment.
No DQ.
Not DQ'd. They definitely made sure that time. They were like, Divios is at the base right now on tier. He's like,
Devios, you be right
Devios,
now.
recall, and then we pause. But yeah, Yannick does DC there, so I'm sure we'll get word on exactly how long this pause is. But, well, the It's about a 2-minute game, guys. I'm sorry, 2-minute pause, so not too long on this one. Snoopy versus Barracuda. Well, as we saw in that last joust, it's Snoopy's just flat out outplayed Barracuda in that last engagement. But overall here in the SPL, Barracuda getting the edge in the KDA, but Snoopy, of course, playing on the side of, well, the winning boys. It's 82% win-loss rate and 511 GPM. But they're basically dead even is what I'm looking at here.
Not in this game right now. Snoopy leads 3-0-3 to Barracuda at 0-2-3. Rough.
Yeah, Barracuda tried to joust him in that last fight underneath the tower. Snoopy had already built into his crit a little bit there. Now with a finished Rage Blade. We'll actually be able to take a look at that in a moment as well.
Just body boys all day, man. Snoopy has been on fire. In fact, the only person in the game so far that hasn't dropped to death at 3-0-3 is also a net worth of 11,200. Let's take a look at how he has gotten that far.
Outboxing the Box King, right? I mean, like Barracuda, in a lot of respects, considered kind of one of the safest players, but here he actually tries to take it to Snoopy, and he loses this fight with the tower damage. Snoopy hitting every single auto attack, takes to the sky, and, well,
bang.
That one is not too hard to hit, as down will go Neath and Barracuda. Well, honestly, Snoopy made it look easy there.
He really did.
It's like, yeah, you just shoot left and then you shoot right, and then you shoot left and you shoot right.
I have that same thing every time I watch StarCraft. Like, I could do this. Stealth also a name that we've been yelling out a lot
4-1-0 in this game.
4-1-0. We want to make sure that we check out him as well. Let's take a look at a replay where MLC Stealth just blows up.
Yeah, this is where he finds his double kill on the back of the I'm a Monster, and, well, there's the crush. Here comes the first one.
Kabam.
Free as the Raw tries to channel the snipe, and then, well, there's lockdown. There's a second one and the third one. He just kind of throws this one out for funsies. He doesn't actually make it.
He was trying to wait for it to land, and Snoopy's like,
No, not take the shot. Let's go ahead and head back into the game as the pause is up, ladies and gentlemen. Away we go. Whoosh.
Production, you're killing me. Anyway, all right, back into it. Game is no longer paused, despite what it says at the top of the screen. And we're going to go back over to the left side. Snoopy might be in some trouble. A lot of ult. Actually, the ultimate goes into... Oh, my God. Snoopy just negated 3 forms of CC, waiting out his shots. He's going to land safely and escape. Gee, oh, my God. Right there. Just for a quick recap. Used the beats to stop special delivery and absorb the arrow from Worldweaver, and then used his ultimate in response to the Geb Blink to stop the Cataclysm. That is not high-level play. That is nonsense.
That's like transcendental play.
Speaking of Geb, he's back in there. Waxing Moon going to hit 2. It looks like Cogred still manages to find it. Jeff Himla in a lot of trouble here. MLC Stealth not finding the armor monsters that he's been known for this game. Andy trying to find Snoopy here, but Snoopy, the unboxable, takes him down. Devios from the fact, looking for the Lawbringer. Watch it over the wall. Doesn't even need it. Snoopy with the Astral Arrow will find it as Omega is forced to escape again.
Devios single-minded here, chasing after Omega. Probably could have gotten a Fearless Channel of Bear, could have put him back into that fight, but the team is going to go ahead and take care of that one underneath the Gold Fury there.
What?
Barracuda tried to juke, but got run down, and, well, Snoopy finds a great kill through the wall as well, and Cognitive Red continues to roll on, and at the end of the day here, what actually saw coming out was that I'm a Monster from Stealth actually hit. They were trying to burst down Snoopy in that fight, it looked like. They pumped a bunch of cooldowns into him. The I'm a Monster hit right as the shell came out, so it did, like, no damage.
I don't know that they have a hand of the gods here. They're just going to have to burn through this before Omega can make his presence, and I think they're going to do it,
There's no blink on Jeff Hindley. He used it at the Gold Fury, so there's no way he's going to make it. Yeah, with the damage that Snoopy has already, plus the passive crit from Gars and Boosh, with the Warlock Sash plus Book of Thoth done, it's just a lot of damage there. As you saw, they got it pretty quickly, and now Cogred's going to go deep here and look for a return kill. They're probably calling for the bailout, though, as Ionic and Divios want to pick up this red buff and keep it out of the hands of Cognitive Prime.
Snoopy has 800 experience a minute at 23 minutes.
Like, you're in a bad spot here when Omega is using his ultimate to farm up the red buff and doesn't secure it.
Oh, no, he got it.
He got it, but I mean that's
extra damage on the
character.
That's a
massive team fight AoE ultimate used to secure a buff.
But then again, he has a decent amount of cooldown, albeit not finished with Silver Breastplate, not having cooldown reduction on it. Maybe that's something we should think about. Seems like this is like just a really weak item. You're paying 1,100 gold for basically nothing.
Divios is going to stun up underneath ultimate here, but he's going to Fearless Chain Hindla forward. Ionic's going to go into his ultimate as well. Lawbringer back over to the Fire Giant. Ionic, going to try to disengage here, putting out the damage.
Healing himself a little bit.
He's going to be fine, getting the mana heal out of that as well. Snoopy does kill MLC Stealth in the back line and then takes to the sky. Just getting rushed down with Stealth there with the sprint. Ionic moving forward yet again into the Rod Heal to heal himself up. Shell coming out. Barracuda backflip a little bit off the mark. Going to try to get out of this one. The heal coming out as well. But one crit from Snoopy takes care of that. And is forced out of this fight. Omega's going to try to make his way to the back line. But it's going to be Ionic zoning him out. There's the raw heal. And Omega realizes there's no way he's finding his kill to Snoopy. Uses the movement walls to get away. The beam does hit. In the meantime, Gars picks up 2 now as the clear the path. Nope. What's the name of that ability?
This is trouble. Divine Light goes off. Doesn't
wow, that's a deicide.
Ooh, boosh.
My God. So
Okay,
Andy gets to the back line, throws out the ultimate, zones him out from getting to the tier 2. The team chases down the rest of the fight through the jungle is kind of what happened there.
I don't think Cog Red understands what the red bars are for. The HP bars, because they get down to 0 and they keep fighting. Well,
they're going to keep fighting here. They're going to try to take one more health bar down to 0 as the Order Titan gets piled on. Cognitive Red looks like they're going to be
Stealth is up.
in no way denied.
Nope.
I'm a Monster's not there. There comes a Fearless Chain.
Goodbye.
And down will be going the Order Titan. Cognitive Red picks up a win over Cognitive Prime. 19 kills to 7, and this one was a rout.
That was rough. Plain and simple. Cognitive Prime, a team that we saw to be...
Say?
Oh, yeah. Oh, aw.
You're welcome.
Normally a team that we saw as undefeatable has given that title up in spades to Cognitive Red, the current monsters of, I think, the entire Smite Pro League. They are unstoppable.
Gars and Snoopy combined for 13, 1, and 11. Let's throw Boosh in there as well. 16, 2, and 19. The team looking quite good. Their ending slash line there is a robust 19, 7, and 36 for the team of Cognitive Red. They had Prime's number basically this whole time, and well, they shut down Andy and Barracuda here. I mean, Omega got just flat out beat 1-on-1, but the rest of the lanes were Andy and Barracuda getting shut down really well. Stealth did fairly well for himself, honestly.
Well, Snoopy didn't die. He's 7-0-7, and as we go into the replay to check out how monstrous this guy is, aside from the ultimate, which basically missed everything, just keep an eye on how strong he is. He gets pretty low health.
This is really important, right? The fight is actually, we were watching Sobek during the broadcast, and he just rushes down Stealth here. Dunk, dunk, dunk. 500 damage crits, nothing to do about it. Takes to the sky, buys himself some time, puts him down to Barracuda, forces out a very awkward backflip from Barracuda here as well. That puts him into the wall and then just rolls forward. Couple crits. The Mercury ult's there, but the shell was already active, and that crit finds Barracuda in the backside. Double kill for Snoopy, and ultimately a deicide for the team. And as you can see, they battle it out quite low. Raheel comes out and saves their lives. But that is going to do it for our coverage of the North American Pro League for today. More games coming tomorrow, and let's take a look at the updated standings after today's matches.
Things to note, North America still getting dominated by the boys in red as they waiting. So speaking of oh no, there we go. 10-2, one of which is actually a DQ to a combat pause. So almost an effective 11-1. Cognitive Red has been all but unstoppable in their trip to the top of the bracket. Going into the LAN event, they need, I think, 2 more wins?
Yeah, it seems like the magic number's 12. They're probably at 10. They're probably already in the spot where they're kind of guaranteed a top 4, which brings them not having to relegate.
How many games does a team play total?
A team will play over the next, I think, is it 20 games they play?
20 games
total, yeah.
Fat Chunks would literally have to win every other game, and Cognitive Red would have to lose every other game, and that would be a tie.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Thirst to get up and tough for Cog to drop down into relegations. They would have to lose out. It just doesn't seem that way. On the side of Dignitas, though, they keep on climbing that ladder now into 2nd place in North America. And Cognitive Prime, with that loss, actually plummets to 4th place with Dignitas in 2nd at 8-4, Snipe at 8-5. Over in Europe, we saw some shakeups as well as TSM climbs to the top of their ladder at 9-5. Exec at 8-4, climbing over Mortality, who continues to fall. And Cloud9 sitting at 500 at 6-6. And, well, we have more games tomorrow that should change things even more. Let's take a look at our matchups coming through tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Those are going to be brought to you by the triumphant return of Dry Bear in addition to Mr. Scott Gandhi. In the morning, you're going to have SK Gaming and Exposed Secrets, Cloud9 HyperX, and Team Coast. And then it's going to be followed in the afternoon by Cognitive Red versus Thirst, and finally Dignitas and Snipe. That Dignitas Snipe game is definitely the game of the day, something to take a look at.
Yeah, that's right. Going into it, remember, Team Dignitas and Snipe are pretty much neck and neck at this point. Snipe needs a win here.
They do. Snipe needs the win, and they need it. Well, they found one yesterday over a very, very strong team. And, well, they just got to keep Weekend on the up and up and keeping Continentia, moving up as well.
I love
those two players together have a ton of control.
Rotations are...
Yeah, Incon, the captain of the team, the only support captain currently on any of the SPL teams, and, well, he really makes it work for himself. But that is going to do it for our coverage here from Atlanta of the Smite Pro League here on Saturday. The final games of the week coming tomorrow. As I mentioned, Dry Bear and Scott going to be bringing those to you. Have a great rest of your Saturday, guys, and we will see you tomorrow and then again on Wednesday of next week as we move into the 6th week of competition. Be sure to check your fantasy standings and be sure to head over to esports.smitegame.com for all the rest of the information. Much love, and we will see you tomorrow.